plays games with Steve
and Angel. Mystery Man 2.
It's my favorite kind of sequel to Mystery Men. Anyway.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Enter the evidence room. One must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Have him expelled.
Have him expelled. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? Are you all slacking off? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. Although,
Yeah, might as well, yeah.
although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now, let us move on to the cross-examination.
See, someone was like bouncing his leg, and for a second there, like I thought there was an earthquake happening.
I keep doing it, yeah. Oh, I will cease.
Because you said the judge line, it's like you said something, and I was almost thought it was along the lines of like, are none of you feeling that? And I'm like,
No. There's one other thing that proves that the mountain was not to enter the evidence room. One must use their ID card. Hold it.
Bingo list is one day an earthquake will happen during one of these recordings.
I'll be like,
I've had it happen on stream before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that I think, was it during the rain that it happened?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because
Or
I felt that, and
tropical
I remember scrolling to see if someone clipped your reaction.
My crazy story was I just so happened to glance over my phone and I got a notification that went over my lock screen that said earthquake, and I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't feel anything, and then like 5 seconds later, it hit.
That's funny because we got it after the fact. So, and I live a bit away from you, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess it's funny that like how the aftershocks of like where it's like hitting it. Anyway, because we're all from California, we have to talk about earthquakes for like an hour.
Well, this game also takes place in California. So.
That's
That's
true.
true. Yeah,
That's very true. Yes.
We're on brand. Okay. Is that card hanging from your neck? One of these ID cards?
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. Keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Oh, remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in the car door when I get out? Well, the remaining time my ID card gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. I don't want to finish my line.
Nope. Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony.
Doop, doop, doop. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Hold it! Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID cards, sir.
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
Maybe he just panicked?
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth admits something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we got. That's what she needs to be telling me. Like, throughout the whole game.
Yep.
There's not anything that proves that was Goodman.
Since they're saying it's so really obvious, go look through your evidence.
Okay. Okay, well, hold on. Which one do I present it to? I just used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime.
Do you know what it is?
At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. The crime, it happened at like 5:17. How far is it? Here it is. Check. There's one at 5:14. Do I present this?
So I'm just gonna give you Ace Attorney advice. If you're ever just like, is it maybe this? It almost never is. There should be a very, almost always, a very specific contradiction, especially because the characters are saying it's obviously blank.
Right. Okay. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
I would really recommend go through all your evidence first.
Okay. Presento. Investigator found out the prosecutor's crime. I don't have to do any of this.
No. Just kind of look through it. Yeah.
I'm assuming this isn't King of the prosecutors. The day of the murder. The murder weapon had been found in Edward's toolbox. Traces of the victim's blood. No prints. The parking lot entered at 5:12. Was actually dancing in the evidence room at the time of the murder.
You can go a little faster than this. Yeah.
Death due to loss of blood. No, press the word muffler. Parking lot. Taken by the shoe. And the crime scene. Wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Oh wait, no, that wrong one. The spray, IDs. Just double check it again. Miles went in, then Mike, and then Brucey, and then Mike, Bruce Goodman. Fingerprints. Evidence from a past case of Edwards brought back to his office by Gant's request. Is that not relevant? A half-written document. The date was 2/21 to be submitted to the chief. Bruce Goodman, 2/21. ID. Ooh, he doesn't remember his ID number, I think. Or just didn't finish it. Scene of the stabbing.
What is that object called?
This object?
Wow, what is it called?
It's a lost item report. It's
Okay.
Goodman's lost item. The documents received at the chief of the green. Is it this?
What is it? Like, why would it be this?
Lost item report. Oh, because he's looking for his ID.
And so,
But like he didn't have his ID, and he couldn't put his ID number. The irony. To evidence officers, one must use their ID card. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his ID card. I want to say it's that one. Let me check the wording about the other stuff. Enter that. It's another thing that proves that the man was Detective Goodman. The crime the detective had used is his ID card. Okay, so I want to present that one. Oh, I have to go back all the way over to it. Objection! Yay! Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
that makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor.
You think I care?
I don't give a fuck. I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report. It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is... Well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
Just like I am right now.
Yeah.
This isn't good.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, well, it seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Ms. Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Let's just wait and see what happens. Objection! One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
You ever try shaking your head like Phoenix does, like a full...
Just pop my neck.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Ugh. Security video did not show the actual murder. Yeah.
Do we have to watch all of it?
Yes, all of it. Music and all. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Walker!
God. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor? Defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind? The bellboy.
God, he's very important. Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name?
Take that!
Take that. Take that.
Take this. Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed.
Whee!
Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
Is that how that word is pronounced?
Yeah.
Subpoenaed?
How would you have
I
pronounced
don't know.
Subpoena.
Night and day
Subpoena.
Subpoena.
Prepare the witness.
Okay.
We will, Your Honor. Court in recess.
The way you said it, I thought I was expecting in recess popping up like not guilty. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma?
You always know everything. You don't just tell... Oh, why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Do you trust me?
Do you trust me?
No.
No.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Oh, God.
Guess who bought Cronuts?
Oh.
There's an Oreo one and a... I guess I am. I'll come back later after eating these Cronuts.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
Stop.
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal.
Damn.
Hey! I didn't see you there, Miss Sky.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective.
Are you on crack, detective?
You good? What was in those Cronuts?
Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name?
Kimi no na. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Sky was a witness?
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. It's all soggy. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma, but why is your name in here?
Oh? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, the SL9 incident. Is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
The... Joe Dark? No. No, Lana! That's over with. No!
Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere with these Cronuts. Sorry, people. I'm out of here.
Awkward.
Awkward.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth.
Shrek. Rated PG.
Oh my God. I was gonna say it does sound like
Not to mention Lana and Emma.
Introducing Lana and Emma Sky.
Everyone involved in this case is connected to the Shrek franchise. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I'd better take a good look at this file.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Continued.
Save.
Save game.
Save as a rock.
February.
Coert room.
Wow, I didn't know these words were pronounced that way. The cohort will now reconvene for the trial of Ms. Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Goop.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
How do you feel about taking 3 guys? Or did you want to let one of us borrow?
I'm good.
Okay.
He's a professional.
I'm a professional. Me, partner? Well, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Oh, I know! You're a patrolman!
Why did Edgeworth say that?
I love cowboys. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In English.
In English, Poindexter.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Damn. The shame.
Wait a minute.
It like takes it off. It's like fake beard.
It just looks like Wooly Willy. You know, just.
Oh, God.
What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks inside the evidence room?
Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines. He's not like Donatello, or with following orders.
Oh, my God.
Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble.
Big trouble.
I'm thinking.
Kind of like Raphael.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Jake Marshall's cool but rude.
Give me a break. My face a party. Yay! Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Yeah.
Is this the official fan casting?
Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Phoenix leads, and Edgeworth does machines. No, I don't.
I have never touched one.
Jake Marshall's cool but rude. Give me a break.
To keep it very rare. Oh, the Bone Orchard. So it's supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
Hold it! But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Think you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know that's rules get in his way.
No desperados I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime... Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired?
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway.
How come your mom lets you have 2 security systems?
If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time I went down. Did anyone that you were related to have one of those like locker, like the little secret journals that were like voice activated?
No.
But I think I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh. Damn. I think maybe my sister.
Yeah,
had
and then I
one.
had this whole scheme about like replicating their voice so I could open it.
Yeah. I think this is Marie's story to tell, but like she fully had one in her because her brother's voice hadn't dropped yet. She was able to imitate it and like break in.
Oh, that's funny.
Just an instant traveling man, so you're out of ammo if I hit the trail.
Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante.
Ante up. My job was to keep a very eye on that Bone Orchard. Was there only 3 things? I said it was
Yeah, like 4, but... oh, you only pressed one of them, so...
Security systems is annoying, if I remember right. I was at a street side, so oh no, okay.
I don't know why Phoenix is wording it like that. You can just kind of go for it here, I think.
What are you doing in a place like that?
I was eating a spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongoli sepia pasta. You mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not at all desperados eat tacos, partner. Racist.
Wow.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's
Be
strange.
better, Judge.
This is usually where Edgeworth...
You're white.
Did you not want to raise this... Do you not want to raise this year?
He says this?
He's doing it in his
Yeah,
mind, an
yeah.
impression of Edgeworth.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
At least I'm safe inside my mind. Just an instant challenge, so we're out of ammo. It's time to hit the trail. I guess this is where I present the thingy.
About time I hit the old dusty trail.
I will present the thingy.
Objection!
Alright, cool. It's the right thing to do.
Officer Marshall, does it strike you as odd? That is, you being called to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Objection! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
The same thought, Steve.
What?
That all you see is violence and movies and sex hunting. It seems to me. It seems today
Were
that
those good old-fashioned cowboys.
which we used to rely.
Oh, please do the whole song. That'd be really good.
Okay. The only person in this room that would did you already eat this?
Yes, I did.
All right. Just making
I read a line of Angel's like, Family Guy, Family Guy, Family Guy, Family Guy. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime.
Cool. I think it's going to be a very interesting testimony on the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh!
It seems to me that all you see is violence in courtrooms and sex on TV. Oh, God. Never mind. Why him?
Fashion voices!
On which we used to rely? Look, there's a Family Guy. All right,
Lucky
goodbye,
there,
everyone.
though.